just a dance to her rhythm, the nations rise. Oh, the strength of the woman, black woman. And in her chest, the peace of hearts, to the rhythm of the nations rise. Oh, the strength of the woman, African woman. Give it up for the woman. Give it up for the woman. You give it up for the woman. Give it up for the woman.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Women's World, your weekly magazine program that looks at issues of interest to women. Coming up in this edition, Constitutional Review Committee completes validation exercise. What's the interest of women? We shall find out. We shall also look at the position paper of Teddy Wilson on the CRC. And Catholic Relief Services embarks on school feeding in Konadogo district. These plus music line up in this edition of Women's World. I am Judith Sana. Be my guest.
And in her chest, the peace of hearts, to the rhythm of the nations rise. Oh, the strength of the woman, African woman. Give it up for the woman. Give it up for the woman. You give it up for the woman. Give it up for the woman. Just her smile, just her dance, to her rhythm the nations rise. Oh, the strength of the woman, black woman. And in her chest, the peace of hearts.
The Constitutional Review Committee has completed the validation exercise of its draft report on the abridged version of the 1991 Constitution in the country. This validation exercise brought together stakeholders from different walks of life to look into issues contained in the abridged version. Well, Alima Dean is a member of the Information and Communications Subcommittee of the CRC, who is my studio guest. Hello and welcome to Women's World, Alima.
Thank you very much.
Halima, let's start by telling us what's the validation process involved.
We took some information from Sierra Leoneans all over the country last year, and after this process, the CRC was sitting together, talking concerning meetings, discussing the people's view, because we went all over, and after getting their views, we took their views back to them to ask them whether what the CRC have decided, making new chapters and so on, whether what we have decided is in their favor.
Okay.
That's what we've done exactly.
Oh, okay. So what are some of the key concerns of women during the validation process?
The key concerns, for example, there are exactly 3 subcommittees dealing with women issues. You have the local government, which talks about the 30% quota. You have the human rights subcommittee, and so on, that talks about women issues. But really, there are 16 of us, almost 16 women in the representation of the CRC. Never mind the number, but we are very active out there.
So which areas did you cover?
On women issues?
Yeah, the areas that you visited during this validation process.
Okay. I was in Team 1 earlier on. In the provinces, I went to Bond, Matu, and Moyamba. And in the western area, I went to Waterloo. I was at Rokel. We are putting some of the words together. Sometimes we have 5 or 6 words that we put together and talk to the stakeholders who validated the process together with us.
So what can you tell us about issues around section 274D of the Constitution that discriminates against women on matters of chieftaincy? What did the women tell you about?
In the area where I went to, the south, the Southerners have women that are paramount chiefs, and in fact the head of the paramount chiefs in the southern region is a woman. And there are women also that are holding higher positions out there in the South. So they were not too focused on this section 27D. But some were even saying that they are well empowered. They just need to join the line with others that they want them to copy, other regions to copy from their own region.
So there were mixed feelings on the issue of chieftaincy, the discrimination of women on issues of chieftaincy. There were mixed feelings because, as you said, some women were in support and some...
No, they were just saying that they have been empowered, not totally, but they are joining the line with others so that the other regions will copy from them. And I've given you an example that they are head of Paramount Chief, Madam Meros. I can't remember the surname exactly, but she's the head. Another vibrant woman who is so bold and outspoken. But really, before we went, we were on this document that the women organizations came together and called it the solidarity document. You have Maopnet, you have 50-50, you have other organizations. After the International Women's Day, they came together and made this document because His Excellency the President was very much active, telling them that they should bring out their views, they should come again for the second time. And when they brought out this document, the main thing that was captured in this document was the equality. The women are asking for equality all over. And really, during our validation, during our consultations, we went to Kenya. We studied their own document. Their document also is a case study that is asking for equality. They are implementing it now because it has been enshrined.
Equality in terms of what?
Gender in all areas.
Politics,
appointment, in all other areas, in offices. They are asking for the gender. It is been enshrined in their constitution, and they are trying to implement it. Recently, there was a case of corruption that made the government to recall all the parliamentarians. They call them their senators. But at the end of the day, we know they will call them back because of the clause, that clause. If they are calling them back, the space will be there for the women. That is why the Sierra Leonean women have come together, building up this. They have even submitted the document to the CRC before ever we left for the provinces. They submitted this document, a document of solidarity, that the women of Sierra Leone too are asking for equality, gender in all areas. And really, it's a global request.
Okay, thank you very much. Alima continue to stay with us. She is the Information and Communication Subcommittee of the CRC, Alima Dean. We continue with another story. Tediwose is an organization that is promoting women and girls in the issue of leadership roles and the empowerment of women. This organization has presented its position paper to the Constitutional Review Committee. What are in the position paper? I have the Public Relations Officer, Neneba. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Nene, so tell us what are the key things presented to the CRC on women and girls?
Okay, Tediwose is an organization that is known for the issue of women and girls. As the name goes, thorough empowerment, education and development for women and girls in Sierra Leone. However, in relation to the CRC, Tediwose has been working closely with the religious leaders because Tediwose itself was founded on a religious background. Our founder and leader is a Reverend Martha Chigozie. We worked together with the religious people, Muslims and Christians. You know, we get the CCSL, Council of Churches in Sierra Leone. We get the imams and all that. We bring them on board for them to look at issues that they want to see be included, issues that have religious backing. For example, some of the issues that were brought forward by the religious people, they want our religious holidays to be strictly observed in terms of religious tenets and all that. They said they don't want to see the masquerade during these religious holidays, like for example the pre-day Idul Fitri, as they call it, the Christmas holiday, the Easter holidays, and all that. That program was held at the Special Court for Sierra Leone, and people voice out. And also they say they want to see something like a preamble. When we finally get our new constitution, they want to see something like a preamble that will say, we, the people of Sierra Leone, we believe in God and all that. They want to see something like that. They say they just want to see that religious aspect. Maybe that for one reason or the other will make people to have serious, like respect, to take the document seriously. If we put God first, we all know what it means. Sierra Leone is a very religious country, and we are religious tolerant. We know what religion means. So we were looking at it together with the religious aspect, the preamble, the Christmas holidays, the Muslim holidays alike, to like observe it in with that respect, not observing masquerade together with the religious holidays. That was something they brought forward. And
so what does that have to do with women?
Well, it has a lot to do with women, because if you look, the lack of respect for religion, it's something that has precipitated a lot of crimes as well. If you look, if people really fear God, certain things that are being done now, they wouldn't be doing them. They will not like engage in sexual violence against women. We see the issue of FGM and all that. We see men, boys raping women and all that. So we are looking, if people are God-fearing, if people have God in them, certain things that are happening now will not be happening. So that's why we say, okay, let us look at it. The Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all other things will add. So we're looking at it, say maybe if we shift our focus to God, if we have something that has to do with God stringently, it will make a difference.
Now, did you talk about the empowerment of women?
Of course. That's why when I started my statement, I said we shifted a bit. We more embrace now the religious people. In terms of women, we've been engaging WIMSAL. We have women in the media. With WIMSAL, we've been doing advocacy, networking, and also with WIMSAL, we engage in this same FGM business that I am talking about, in the area of age consent. Because that has been the contentious issue. People are not observing or respecting that age limit. Now they say you should be 18 and above. You should actually give your consent before you're being initiated to these traditional societies. So now, Teddy was saying, together with women in the media, we are going out there to see that we go into these various communities, sensitize the people that are engaged in these activities, in these practices, telling them about, we're not stopping them, but let that be that respect for age consent. We are focusing on that. We are also working in partnership with women in security. Women in the security, we just came back from Bo. We went to schools, secondary schools, advocating, talking to young women that, look, you can do better if you come to the security sector. We're more or less trying to sell out the security sector, because if you look, there are few number of women that actually after school or after college opt to join the security sector. So we go there and say, we're not asking them to drop out and join. You can continue, you can complete your school, you can go to university. After that, you can think of joining the security sector. Like, for example, we thank God now the security sector is very fascinating. There are so many facilities now that young girl will see and say, okay, let me join. Now you have young girls that will come from university and say, I'll go to the police. Before now it was not happening, but now people graduate. You have graduates that come from university and got themselves enrolled into the security sectors.
Yeah, and then before leaving you, issues like sexual violence and rape are key in the country. What did you say? What are some of your contributions on that? Okay,
before now we engaged the Kisi town, that is Western Rural. We were doing sensitization, mass sensitization. Teddy Wasil believes in sensitization, empowerment. We sensitize, we go to communities, we tell people about, the effect of sexual violence. We talk to young women. They are the ones more we target. Young women. Talk to young women. Talk to young men. Young women know how to dress. Young men, you should be the one protecting these girls. You should not be the one perpetrating violence against these girls. We talk to them. If you love your community, you should be watchdog. You should watch over these people, because you all are coming up. So if you the ones coming up that are supposed to look after one another, you are the one perpetrating violence against one another, it is not a good thing. So we've been engaging on massive sensitization, community level, in the provinces, western, rural, in town here. Even last year we did one workshop seminar at Parliament, wherein we do mentorship for young girls. We bring them on board. We bring people that have achieved, young women that are coming up that have really make mark. We bring them on board so that these other young girls around will see them and want to emulate them and say, okay, I want to be like this woman. I want to be like this person. So if you have something you're looking forward to, someone you admire so much, you will not want any other thing to spoil that. Because you have a dream, you have a focus, you will want to reach to that mark. So that is what we've been doing and we will continue to do.
Okay, thank you very much. She is the Public Relations Officer, Tedose Nenepa. Now it's time for us to have the short music break.
The nation's rise. Oh, the strength of the woman, African woman. Give it up for the woman. Give it up for the woman. You give it up for the woman. Give it up for the woman.
Hope you enjoyed that music break. The program you're watching is Women's World. 5 chiefdoms in Ikonakodugu district is to benefit from school feeding project by the Catholic Relief Services with funds from the United States Department of Agriculture. This is an initiative under the McGovernment International Food for Education Program is to improve quality of literacy instruction and short-term hunger. The implementation of the project will see the involvement of women and support groups. Madam Jallo is the Education Officer at Catholic Relief Services, CRS. She explained more in this interview with Princess Kipsey.
In our 5 vulnerable chiefdoms, and we are working with school management committees. We're working with the mother support groups to improve and increase their economic activities so that their contribution towards education will be greater, especially when children would have reached age upper primary school. We observe that the retention rate is very low. Therefore, we seek to work with mother support groups, to work with parents and community members, to engage them, to continue community sensitization on the importance of education, and for children to go to school and then provide for their kids.
So increase enrollment, particularly for girls in school.
Yes. That is also USDA, our donors, commitment to supporting CRS, because we are also providing take-home rations for pupils, especially girls, for them to stay in schools and to deviate from other activities that can stop them or deter them to go to school. So this take-home ration, especially for the girls, is yielding dividend in terms of enrollment and retention for girls in Kwenadougou district.
Kwenadougou district has been described as one of the deprived areas, particularly when it comes to education. So this initiative, will it address that?
Yes, the program is a strategic fit because it addresses the issues around bringing in about marginalization, underprivileged people, especially girls and women. So therefore the program is a mainstream education program and it's holistic. Therefore, engaging boys and girls in life skills education program has already bridged the gap of these underprivileged communities, especially boys and girls, to be very assertive and confident in their schooling and for them to continue to be a good person in the future.
So what is going to be the involvement of women support in the implementation of this program?
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier on, the women support groups are like an advocacy group going door to door to sensitize parents on the awareness of sending their children to school, and also to support other parents that do want to send their children to early marriages. And then it also helps, the mother support group also help to do contact tracing. When children have absented themselves from school, they go door to door to ask community members what are the reasons responsible for children to stay out of school. And at the end of the day, they do negotiate with the community members and the parents to see reason to send their kids back to school. Therefore, this initiative has been a welcome idea for the communities, and the mother support groups are very, very anxious, very excited to continue to play a role in the community towards their children's education.
But you are only operating in 5 chiefdoms in the district.
We are in collaboration with the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology. We are supporting the MES supervisors. So any training that we've done for the MES supervisors, we believe it will go down to the other communities where CRS is not operating. So the idea about supportive supervision, engaging MES in doing monitoring and supervision for teachers will go a long way to benefit the whole of the district, irrespective of the fact that CRS is operating in 5 chiefdoms. Okay. The Food for Education program is implemented in Kwenadougou district in our 500 chiefdoms, and we are working with school management committees. We're working with the mother support groups to improve and increase their economic activities so that their contribution towards education will be greater, especially when children would have reached age of the primary school. We observe that the retention rate is very low. Therefore, we seek to work with mother support groups, to work with parents and community members, to engage them, to continue community sensitization.
She is the Education Officer, Catholic Relief Services, CRS, Madam Jalo. Now quickly let me come over to Alima. What's your wrap-up statement?
Sorry, come again.
Your wrap-up statement.
Well, if I can wrap up by now, I want Sierra Leonean women to know that their voices have been heard. And we have just done the, we had 4 teams. The CRC had 4 teams in the provinces and 5 in the western area. But we have not yet collated all the statements that we received all over. By the time we are finished, the reports will be really good for the women, on the side of the women. But before leaving, I will have to crave the indulgence of women to educate their girl child. Educate the girl child. The equal representation starts from there. Send your girl child to school so that she will be partners in development. And when there is any program for women, do your cooking very early. Later on, you join the men in making decision. When time is ripe to make decision, don't take the pot to go to the kitchen. Wake up early in the morning, do your cooking. If you are the caterer, do your cooking for the program and join the men in terms of decision making.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, Nene, Annie.
Well, Tidiwosel is saying whatever the CRCs do, whatever we as Sierra Leoneans are doing right now towards the, the drafting of the new constitution, let us have our foundation on God. Let us put God first. And, Tidiwosel is doing everything possible to continue to empower and educate young women and girls in Sierra Leone. And we have our new plans to partner with, like-minded organizations to see that we push this forward. As now we are involved in law reporting, issues that has to do with women and girls, we take them, we collect them around the country in every court, magistrates, local level, high court, you name them. We put them together so each and every person will have access to such information. They will know what is happening with women and girls in Sierra Leone. And please let us try to get our foundation on God in terms of the CRC, Madam CRC person.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
She is the Public Relations Officer. Tidiwosel Nene Ban. Earlier was the Information and Communication Subcommittee of the CRC, Ali Martin. Thank you very much, ladies. Well, that's it for this edition of Women's World. Thanks to my producer, Princess Gibson. On behalf of all of us at Broadcasting House, I am Judith Sana. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Oh, the strength of the woman, African woman. Give it up for the woman. Give it up for the woman. You give it up for the woman. Give it up for the woman.
People need justice, and everybody needs some justice.
Legal aid and the people. Legal aid and the people. Legal aid and the people. Now program, we go give people sense. Make them not go do thing. We go make the law bet them bye. Legal aid and the people go teach you about the law. Make you not go say you not be know. Now that's them called crime prevention. Legal aid and the people go then at this station every Saturday morning, 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Legal aid and the people, the law teacher, no miss him.
Sierra Leone Goji Investment and Development Company Limited, former national workshop located in Kleintown, Freetown. Come and buy quality product with affordable price in Sierra Leone Gucci Investment and Development Company Limited. We open from Monday to Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Contact us today through the following numbers: 076-254-781, 077-466-217, 076-734-567. Sierra Leone Gucci Investment and Development Company Limited, former national workshop located in Kleintown, Freetown. We stand out when it comes to affordable quality products.